الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله وشكر لله ولا إله إلا الله والله أكبر ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم دستور مدد يا سيدي مدد يا رجال مدد يا سلطان الأولياء دستور مدد مدد يا صاحب الإمداد مدد الحق أطيعوا الله أطيعوا الرسول وأولي الأمر منكم. Praise be to Allah Azza wa Jal, the Lord al-Haq, the Almighty that grant us a magnificent night, the night of Jumu'ah, in a magnificent month, the month of Rajab, in a magnificent conjunction, the remembrance of Laylatu raghaib, the night of wishes, a night of desire that are accomplished. This is a powerful night it's a powerful night that Grand Sheikh always used to put a lot of attention to it, and Maulana Sheikh Nazim also taught us how much it is said that in this night you cannot find angels nowhere on earth except they are all around the Kaaba, turning all night, glorifying Allah. And Allah Azza wa Jal is asking them, is there any of my servants that is wishing for something that I shall grant? Is there one of my servants wishing for forgiveness, I shall grant? Is there one of my servants wishing for guidance, hidayah, I shall grant? Is there one of my servants wishing for my presence, I shall grant? And it is said that Allah Azza wa Jal through the night keep on asking the angels for so many of these favors that he can grant. If any of the servant is asking, so he will grant. He will grant them out of what? Out of love for the one that was chosen in this night to be created. Night of wishes, Laylatu raghaib. It is said that it is in this night that the soul of Prophet ﷺ was transferred from the back of his noble father to the womb of his holy mother. And this is the first step to the manifestation into dunya, into materiality of the crown of creation, Abdul Salatu Wassalam. Out of that circumstance, Allah Azza wa Jal so pleased made it a night of forgiveness, a night of generosity, a night of abundance, a night that is celebrated. And Maulana Sheikh used to say, you cannot find a single angel unless all the night until the sun starts to come, the sun starts to rise up and the sky become a little bit little. When the time of Fajr enter, then this request stop from Allah Azza wa Jalla. So it is a night indeed of a tremendous blessing. And unfortunately, through useless and sterile debate, so many are not aware of the value of this night or debating about the value of this night. The same people that 2 days ago, it was on Tuesday, it was December 31st. They call it New Year Eve, celebrated from east to west. Ask the Muslim, what are you celebrating tonight? They will say, we are celebrating, mashallah, 2025. Are you aware that you just enter in the month of Rajab, holy month of Rajab, which is from the 4 sacred months of Allah? It is, Awliya call it the hidden gem of the people of the quest. That's why you cannot find any of among the awliya, those that went into khalwa, into seclusion, they choose mainly 2 times to do it. Either Rajab, to enter in khalwa in the time of Rajab and come just before the next Sha'ban for 40 days, or in the time of Dhul Qaeda, which is also a month of Allah, to come out after 40 days for Eid, just in Dhul Hijjah that followed. But people are unaware, running after heedless celebration, and we are thinking that it is okay. It is not. Ask the Muslim what you are celebrating, they will say 2025. Ask them, what is the year of your calendar? No one knows. Don't you know which night it is? It is 31st of December. All the clock are going to be turning and we are going to celebrate until Fajr comes. And you are forgetting that Prophet ﷺ, he warned us. He warned us about not replacing the gift that Islam gave to us by system that doesn't belong to Islam. And majority of people will say, oh, this is a small detail. That's what we say. It's nothing, just a calendar. It is not a small detail, it is a symptom of something. It is a symptom of our materiality. It is a symptom of what Allah Azza wa Jal mentioned to us, that the non-Muslim will not stop until they make you to change to their way. Our materiality is not only, as we were saying last time, is not only through our desire to acquire fancy material or anything that we desire. It's the whole process of thinking. It's the whole system that we are believing into that is material, that is framed in materiality today. So, never mind. Someone asked me, oh, this is Happy New Year. May I grant you Happy New Year? Is it okay for a Muslim to grant Happy New Year? I say, there is no sin if you do it. But it is not also something that is going to bring you something good. On the contrary, you will be asked, how did you promote something that was brought to deny what Allah has brought? Allah Azza wa Jal brought calendar, and He mentioned we have chosen 12 months, and among them we made 4 sacred. This is a verse of Holy Quran. And those 4 sacred, we know, as we mentioned earlier, 3 that follow each other, Dhul Qaeda, Dhul Hijjah, Muharram, and the single one, Rajab. That is before Sha'ban and then coming to Ramadan. So Prophet ﷺ said, he called it, he said, when you leave what has been brought for you, when you follow what is not for you, it's the seed of disbelief. Don't do it. So my intention was not to speak about that subject, never mind, but it is our way. Today everything is upside down. Illusion is called reality, falsehood is called truth, haq is called batil is called haq. As Prophet ﷺ said, will come a time everything is going to be flipped. So we are It is a time, it is a blessed time. It is a time of seclusion. It is a time of i'tikaf. It is a time to withdraw. It is a time for tafakkur, meditation. It is a time that we shall be busy. When everyone else is busy with dunya, be busy with Allah. This is our advice, as we heard it so many times. Maulana Sheikh, when people, some great scholars, one great scholar came to him to ask him question and ask him a nasiha, a good advice, oh Sheikh. He answered to him, be with Allah. Be for Allah and be with Allah. Man, this is something that is not obvious. We were mentioning earlier how much the small Allah Azza wa Jal, the Lord of creation, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allah is the manifestation of greatness. He created greatness and He established Himself as the Lord of creation, created everything in existence. Everything belonged to Him. Yet, He covered this whole creation with divine wisdom and paradox. He is and nothing else is. Still, you are not seeing, you are not perceiving, you are not aware. You are seeing everything else which has no existence, which is illusion, this dunya. But Allah Azza wa Jal made greatest things hidden in so much anonymous way. And He made greatest illusion to be nothing. That's why the value of dunya, Allah Azza wa Jal say, it doesn't worth more than the wing of a mosquito. And Allah Azza wa Jal, وَهُوَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ. Through His mightiness, He can do as He wish. He is the one that can take the whole creation and make it to go through the hole of a needle. He will not shrink the needle, increase the size of the needle, and He will not shrink the size of the universe. This is the power of the Almighty. And He chose to anonymous things, little things, to hide most greatness. He have chosen the crown of creation, Sayyidina Muhammad Abdul Salam, to come the last, to come in a very humble state, in a very weak position, in the middle of desert of Arabia in Mecca. Allah Azza wa Jal honored that land by bringing the seal of Prophet, the seal of Messenger in the most hard and hostile environment. By His choice. He chose Sayyidina Adam alayhi salam to be manifested and created for this world in the most valueless material, the clay. That's why Shaitan, Saidu Billah, using monolithic kind of thinking, and is thinking he was clever, his rationality, he said to his Lord, how this is the chosen one? I am of fire, is from clay. And we know that angels are from light, yet Allah Azza wa Jal chose the most anonymous and humble and cheapest material and manifested Sayyidina Adam in it. Then Allah Azza wa Jal chose anonymously so many little details this month of Rajab that People say, oh, this is a month that don't celebrate it too much. How we are not going to celebrate? Allah Azza wa Jal chose it to be one sacred month to start. Allah Azza wa Jal chose that month to manifest the soul of His beloved one, to start the process of the arrival of His beloved one in that month, in the first night of the first Jumu'ah, the first Friday, which is tonight of the month of Rajab. And then He chose on the 27th of this month to call to His presence the crown of creation, Abdul Salatu Wasalam, into most magnificent journey called Isra wal Mi'raj that is going to come at the end of this month. And also they are going to say, oh, don't put too much emphasis on this one. Wait, Laylatul Qadr is coming, is more important. This, you are giving too much value of something that we are not even sure about. This is futile and sterile debates that some scholars they are pushing in order to keep people away from a tremendous blessing. We are gathered for what? We are gathered for dhikr. We are gathered for salawat al-Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We are gathered to remind us about Allah and to praise Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Is there anything else? Anyone coming? Oh, this one might be coming looking for a wife, or this one might be coming looking for being important, especially when they give us the microphone. But the core of our coming here for everyone is for Allah. So Allah Azza wa Jal has hidden in simple details great things. What can take you, what can make you to rise can be something very anonymous. What can make you to fall can be also something very anonymous. And Allah Azza wa Jal is giving us through history of His creation, history of His beloved servants, the Anbiya, the prophets and messengers, so many stories. Shaitan, Saidu Billah, a little thought that came through him out of envy and anger. He said, but I am better. Then he insisted on something small that made him to jump from first class to the lowest position of creation. Lowest position of creation. For one small detail. This kind of small details that we are doing day and night. Day and night. Human beings are denying their Lord. He didn't deny his Lord. He just refused out of arrogance, pride, and envy. He got angry because he was not chosen. So this, he resisted against the command of his Lord. One time, two times, three times, he was ejected. This is our, every single breath, we are doing like that. Every single breath that you are not on taslim, you are on disobedience. Every single look that is not on what Allah commands is a disobedience. Every single thing that you are saying that is not what pleases Allah is a disobedience. It's permanent. And that is only the disobedience. It doesn't count, and we don't mention about this disbelief. So many denying their Lord, denying greatness of their Lord, denying all the favor that was granted to them. And Sayyidina Umar, radiallahu anhu, he was raised to a station. It was in vain to him everything were granted as reality, just a small event that occurred, and you were giving dates. You took this little bird that fell from the tree and was mistreated by the kids. You saved that little bird and you fed him, and then in order to make it to survive. Just that was such a pure action of mercy. It was a total state of mercifulness in your heart that Allah Azza wa Jal, because of that event, grant you your reality. Imam Ghazali, famous scholar and great Salihin, great pious of the Ummah, he was called in presence of Prophet ﷺ as the witness when Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam was questioning. He was questioning how you gave the Ummah of the beloved one so much, and we are left on the side. Allah Azza wa Jal told him, because there is in him a greatness, and there is in his nation great ones. So they brought Imam Ghazali in that assembly in front of Prophet ﷺ, when Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam was questioning about reality and about knowledge. He is the one that answered. He is the one that answered in that assembly to give a lesson to Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam. What Imam Ghazali did, it was a night of Mawlid, and he was writing a poetry on Prophet ﷺ. And as he was writing poetry, he had a kalam that in old days, how you call it? La plume. Yeah, what we used to not write with the pencil of today, or you had to have the ink. So he was putting his kalam in the ink and writing the poetry, and he came and he found a fly that was coming and sitting by the ink, and he wanted to chase that fly and maybe kill it, and then he stopped. And he says, Subhanallah, that fly came for thirst, to drink from the ink. Allah Azza wa Jal, he was thinking, wrote for that fly its rizq in that ink. He waited. He put until the fly drank, felt satisfied, and took off. Then he put back. After that, they showed him that every great thing that your Lord granted to you, because you respected a fly, a simple creation. That's why Allah Azza wa Jal remind us when He tell us about the story of Sayyidina Sulaiman alayhi salam, that he was coming to conquer with his army. He was coming under Allah's order, but he was not paying attention to little details, and some of these little details was just some ants. And Allah Azza wa Jal, as it was Sulaiman alayhi salam, gave him the ability to hear the animals. He heard the voice of the ant speaking to other ants, saying quickly, hasten before his army is going to come. Then he realized that it is not only the responsibility to look after conquering. When he was put in place, he had the responsibility of every living one. The one that is the biggest, the one that is the smallest, the one that appeared to be the most important, the one that appeared to be the most insignificant. Human being, every thing in his in this physicality will depend on little things, small things, anonymous things, hidden things. The functioning of your brain, it has a small chip that is the one that make your whole brain to run properly. If this one is defective, finish. Your whole being is on a simple organ that give the flow of life to all your being. If this one stop, finish. And everything Allah Azza wa Jal has made a small detail to show that every little thing has an importance. If in physicality we think that these little things have their importance, what about spirituality? That's why Prophet ﷺ warned his companion as he was teaching them. Don't underestimate this. Don't underestimate what a bad intention can create. What's your intention? Don't underestimate what a gaze might reach you, make you to reach. Don't underestimate what your tongue can make you to reach. He was saying that how people on the day of judgment, how much they are going to regret and they will pull on their tongue. Sayyidina Abu Bakr Sadiq radiallahu anhu, he used to do like that when he was alive. He used to pull his own tongue. How much you put me in trouble. And he's Sadiq. He is the truthful one. One of his exercises that Prophet ﷺ gave to him was 7 years. He carried in his mouth one piece of stone to remain silent, to control the tongue. And he will take that piece of stone out of his mouth just for salat, for food, for if he had to speak out of a necessity or to sleep. I was thinking yesterday I should put one in my mouth. Also, always my mouth is saying bitter things and I am regretting. My mouth is saying wrong things I am regretting. My mouth is saying so many useless things and I am regretting. And we will be responsible for that. Without exception. Allah Azza wa Jal made that saying, a zahra of goodness, if you have done, you will see its fruit. An atom of badness, if you have done, you will also see its consequence. So this might not be a bad idea for me and whoever like to put a stone from time to time and remain silent. So Allah Azza wa Jal made these little details important. Iman is on a very simple belief. It starts with a simple belief. You believe in Allah or not? And what it is, that belief? It is a simple thing. And to make that Iman to grow, it goes with small things. It starts with intention. It starts with an intention and a primary state of desiring goodness. That's why Maulana Shaykh Nazim Allah sanctify his holy secret. This is month of Rajab. We are coming to the time of his Urs very soon, in few days. He used to say, "Oh, my children, revisit your intentions. Make sure to constantly question yourself about your intention. Why why did you do like that? Why are you doing like that? Oh, question yourself, even though you are going to be given an amana or a task whatsoever. Oh, Fulan, you are sitting here taking the microphone and speaking in the name of the Sheikh. Are you really believing, raising yourself, and or you are trying to make yourself to be apparent, or you are trying to give importance to yourself, or you are trying to convey something that it is going to be not out of something dedicated without any interest. This is impossible. We cannot be without interest. We are human beings. Those that do for Allah, they are the prophets. Those that do for Allah without associating the partnership of their own self, they are the awliya that Allah chose them and perfected them. Those that He made to die before their death. Means they have been freed from their own self. For everyone else, without exception, in everything you will do, ego will take its share. Don't think that you are above it. So question yourself, oh, today I am going to speak, mashallah, a magnificent night of Laylatu, raghaib. No, the ego is desiring something. Question yourself in the purity of your intention. Make tawbah from what you hear inside. Ask forgiveness. This is the night of forgiveness. It is an anonymous night. They made it anonymous. It is an anonymous night, in an anonymous month, in an anonymous time. This is holidays, everyone celebrating, and some going to Bahamas, some going, no, big destination, Dubai. Allahu Akbar. You have to go to Dubai. You have to go to Dubai. What I am hearing on Dubai, this is the center of everything now. There is not a pleasure that you cannot find. Whatever you imagine entertainment, you can find its father there. Oh, I never had so much fun and so much good time in my holidays going to Dubai. Wherever you turn, you find something ajaib. This is what you hear. Because we are Ahlul Dunya. We are Ahlul Dunya. This is, I was surprised. We were invited, and we finished with that, and I talked too long. We were invited last week for a gathering for non-converted Muslim of Quebec. They have an association. And every year they make a gathering, and they call one young imam to give a dars. And he said, we became materialistic. Our Islam is only for dunya. Our primary nature now is materialistic. He said, because we are looking for comfort in everything, we are looking for security in everything, we are looking for entertainment in everything. These three main things that are a condition given by Allah, we are making that it is our action. He said the whole setting of our being now are materialistic. So this is a time to remind ourselves that no, dunya has no value. It doesn't mean that we have to live in caves, but essential is Allah. Essential is not what we can take. What is important, that has value, is what is inside, what is not outside. We are spending so much effort, so much time, so much desire for outside, and we are forgetting inside. Inside, not here. Not the mindset is too much for mind production, Maulana Sheikh used to say. Whenever they come with a new idea in deen, they say, oh Sheikh, look, they have come with this, they are saying this is a mind production. This is mind production. It's not from revelation. It's not from the flow that Prophet ﷺ taught that is linked to heavens. This is saying of human. Out of their own understanding, they came with this idea and this orientation for deen, and it's wrong. So this is the night to start with asking forgiveness. This is the night of asking forgiveness. When Allah Azza wa Jal is granting us His endless favor, He starts by saying, is there any of my servants that is asking my forgiveness, so I shall grant him? We are asking forgiveness to Allah. We are saying, Ya Rabbi, you are the one that loves the forgiveness, the pardon that erases any trace of the sin. Because afu is different from ghafur. Al-afu is the one that not only will forgive, but there will be no trace of what he has forgiven. Ya Rabbi, you are the one that love, pardon, and grant us that forgiveness for the sake of your most beloved one. And we are saying, Subhanallah wa bihamdi, Subhanallah al-Azim, astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah min kulli dhanbi wa masiyati wa min kulli ma yukhalifu din al-Islam, min kulli ma yukhalifu sharia, min kulli ma yukhalifu tarika, min kulli ma yukhalifu hakika, min kulli ma yukhalifu azim, min kulli ma yukhalifu ma'rifa. Ya arhamar rahimin. Astaghfirullah al-Azim wa atubu ilayh. We are making tawbah for everything that we are doing, what we know and what we don't know. When we transgress Islam and we transgress Sharia and we transgress the etiquette of Tariqah and we transgress the etiquette of Azima and Ma'rifa. Ya Rabbi, for the sake and grace of your most beloved one, grant us your forgiveness and make us to be forgiving. Ya Rabbi, we are unable to forgive each another. We are wronging each another, and we are asking your forgiveness without being able to forgive each another. How many of us we are holding a grudge against someone for a day, for a month, for a year, for 10 years? How many of us? There are traces in our heart that doesn't get erased. Prophet ﷺ said, believer should not keep anything against each other more than 3 days. This is what the requirement of Allah for believers. When they believe in Allah, they shall forgive each other after 3 days. And Maulana Sheikh Nazim Qaddasallahu Sirr used to say, Grand Sheikh said, in Tariqah, it's not 3 days, it's 3 hours. And we are saying, Ya Rabbi, we are not unable to do it. We are acknowledging that our heart is full with things, with grudges against each another. Prophet ﷺ, how much he was wrong. How much he was wrong. When came the time of the opening of Mecca, and he entered with victory, and he had under his mercy, under his hand, all the people that killed his companion, that humiliated them, that starved so many of them, that dishonored even his daughters. He entered with a flag of forgiveness, a dress of forgiveness. Not only that he forgave them, he also raised them, praised them, honored them. May Allah Azza wa Jal make us to forgive each another, not to keep even an atom. As Prophet Abdul Salatu Wasalam showed one of the companion one day, saying this one is one of the paradise. When Abdullah ibn Umar went to visit him, to look for him and to understand what he was doing, he found out that this man was doing something that was unique. Every day he will not sleep until he forgive everything. How much a small detail is going to be a burden for us to carry. May Allah make us to be forgiving each another, and may He grant us His forgiveness. May He grant us the blessing of this night. May He grant for our children to be enlightened with the mantle of Islam, to be enlightened with the honor of Iman. May Allah Azza wa Jal keep them on right way, make them to be better than us. Make our children to be pride of creation, pride for the whole Ummah, in front of Allah Azza wa Jal, by their action, by their honor, by their piety. May Allah Azza wa Jal forgive us for everything we know, everything we don't know. Forgive us for all the favor we have used to increase our disobedience. May Allah Azza wa Jal forgive us for every breath that is taken by His favor and that is not in remembrance. May Allah Azza wa Jal, by the greatness of this night, honor the crown of creation, Sayyidina Muhammad salatu wa salam, as only Allah can raise him, as only Allah can praise him, as only how Allah can enlighten His greatness and His family and His noble companion and the noble descendants of His family. All those till today that are among us, Allah bless them and make them to be a shining light and an intercession for the whole Ummah. May Allah Azza wa Jalla honor our Mashaykh and gave them highest station in presence of Prophet ﷺ, particularly for the soul of Mawlana Shaykh Hisham, for what he has dedicated. Allah Azza wa Jalla be our witness that we have witnessed only goodness for him. We have witnessed a life of dedication, a life for service and love of Allah and love of Prophet ﷺ. And we are asking for him to be raised in the presence of his beloved one, Sayyidina Muhammad Abdullah Salatu Wasalam, in the presence of Mawlana Shaykh and Grand Shaykh.